Boom. What is going on, Cub Bangers? Today's October the 3rd, 2016. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars. Hit it, Pedro! On today's episode of Let's Talk About Cars, my dear Cup to the Bangers, we're going to have to do a lot. We're going to have to talk about a lot of things because I've been gone for a little bit, but now I'm back and I'm ready for this. So, we're going to talk about a couple subjects. Number one, the Paris Motor Show and the LaFerrari Aperta. Number two, the hypercar by Mercedes-Benz. Number three, am I getting a Nebula? And what happened to all other Nebula owners? Or not Nebula owners. And number four, RIMAC. I want to go back to the concept one and just answer a couple questions. And also the big question, am I getting one? So, let's start the show, people. Let's start with the least crazy news out there, which is at the Paris Motor Show, Ferrari announced or unveiled the LaFerrari Aperta. Looks insane, same deal. They're going to make 200 cars. That's what they ended up. 200 cars, and I believe 7 to 9 for the company. A lot of people don't even ask or dare to ask what the right pricing is. Those cars at sticker, 2.4 to 2.6 million euros. That's what you're looking at. On the second-hand market, we've been offered a couple of them between $5 and $6 million. I'm sure a couple desperate collectors will pay that because they always get that asking number for the first ones. So that's kind of awesome. The appreciation, a brand new car, $6 million. We're getting there, people. We're getting there in the madness numbers that don't make any sense anymore. So that was the highlight of the Paris Motor Show, pretty much, I think, or for me. Now, the Mercedes-Benz hypercar. Everyone's been talking about these crazy hypercar that Mercedes-Benz is going to build, and they're saying they're going to build a 1-to-1 power ratio for the car in a real, for the first time, Formula One experience. That sounds exciting as fuck, right? So everything sounds right. So what Mercedes is really going with this car is to create a 1-to-1 experience, Formula One like, and they're saying they're going to be the first ones to deliver on their word. I don't know if you follow Formula One or not, but Mercedes is doing pretty damn well, and their technology should be more than enough to just destroy anyone they want. A little surprise for you guys, the actual code name that everyone within Mercedes is calling it, it's the X1, not the other names that have been floating around, the X1. That's how everyone denominated that car. So, yeah, I would like an X1, please, and not like a BMW small thing. Farshad would kill me. The Nebula! So I don't think Aston Martin officially shut the door on everyone, but pretty much is shut for everyone. And I ended up not getting one, which is a no surprise to no one. But let me tell you who's really fucking regretting this right now. All those people that put in an order for a Zagato and the V12 Volante, whatever the fuck it is, the small Aston with a manual, there's a lot of those orders dropping like flies from people that are butthurt that they didn't get a Nebula. And that, you know what? That's good news for all of us that want to buy one of those cars, because we'll be able to buy it as always as an Aston Martin price, which, shit, man, that's legit. I got my DBS for a great deal, and I would never buy a Vantage because they're the small car. I just don't, just a personal preference, I don't like it. At least the Zagato is going to be cheap. Again. So I'm excited about that. And jumping into our last subject of the day, I want to talk to you guys about the RIMAC, the Concept 1. Oh my God, there's so many questions on the video. People are loving Mate and his car. And how can you not, right? Honestly. So let me address the questions first, and then at the end I'll tell you if I'm getting Concept 1 or not. The first question that everyone was asking was, how much is that car? Because obviously jumping into a new market where there's cars that promise to deliver all this shit that are worth, well, that are selling for $2 or $3 million, just based on how cool they look, because they don't really go that fast. Mate is putting the car up for sale, and all Concept 1s have been spoken for, but there's something else coming right after. The car sold at around $1.1 to $1.2 million, the Concept 1s. Another thing that you should know, the Concept 1 that you see on the video is actually a customer's car. And he was kind enough to loan us the car and let us use it for everything that we did. A lot of people are asking, how come you didn't take it on the racetrack? The owner didn't feel comfortable with it, and we never push owners to do anything they don't want to do. I mean, he was a pimp for letting us do the drag race. So I couldn't ask for more. The car is insane. It's really comfortable. A lot of people are asking, how's the suspension? The suspension work is phenomenal, phenomenal. So the car delivers on the power. The car delivers on every single promise. Now, if you wanted to get a Concept 1 and they're all spoken for, and you're like, okay, what can I get now from those guys because they're killing it? The new car that's coming out from them is the Concept 1S. And that thing is going to have more horsepower, like Mate was saying in the video. Oh, we can pull more. So yeah, when you can pull a megawatt worth of horsepower in a car, just so you guys know, it translates to about 1,350 or 1,400, somewhere in between real engine horsepower, which is bunkers. That's what the Concept S is gonna have, so the Concept 1S. So yeah, that's something to look forward to in terms of design, in terms of speed, in terms of like just topping everything that exists right now. Value for the Concept 1, I think it's a bargain at $1.2 million. A fucking bargain. Honestly, what else can you compare it with? What else at that price that can do what he does? You guys tell me whenever you find the answer. And obviously, we drove the car a lot. We drove it in Michigan when we did the drag race, and we drove it in Monterey. And Mate let me take it for a while. I drove with Mate. The car seemed solid. It didn't like come up with any problems. So that's legit. I mean, come on. Before I get to the final question, let me tell you this. A lot of you guys are saying, oh, you should put that against the Model S on the track. They already did that along with the LaFerrari against the RIMAC, and the RIMAC destroyed both of them. So if you want to check that out, link right here in this video. So am I getting a Concept 1? The answer is no, because they're all spoken for. Am I getting a Concept S? The answer is I don't know what I want to do right now. I obviously love the car. I obviously want it with every single atom in my body. My big problem right now, and what I just have to get through and get over, is the hurdle about small car makers. After my experience and my friends' experiences with small car makers, outside of Bugatti, which is not really a small car maker because he's backed up by a massive company, VW, we've all had these problems with the small car makers where parts take too long, you can't get an answer. I don't know. And I honestly don't think RIMAC is like that. They're on top of their shit. They're in so many businesses. But this is something personal that I'm going to have to deal with. Would I like to get one? Fuck yeah. I mean, holy shit, what they can do. It's unreal. I mean, that's a geek stream, right? So are you going to see a RIMAC soon in my garage? I don't know what the answer to that is myself. I hate just answering this. I wish I had a solid answer. It was like super fucking cool, like James Bond, and just like drink a martini afterwards. But I don't. I'm going through something horrible within my head and within myself because of what I just said. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. But Cup Bangers, I'm going to leave you with a $1 million question. Would you, after what you saw and what you'll see on part 3, or you've seen on part 3 already of Banging Gears episode 4, would you consider getting a RIMAC? Please let me know in the comments down below. Cup to the Bangers, thank you so very much for watching. I missed you guys. I'm Alejandro, and I do not approve this message. Peace in the pants with a poop.